Greetings, brave adventurers, and welcome back to another RPG A Day 2022, day 8. Yep, day 8? Day 9, sorry. And the question is, what is the second RPG you ever bought? Well, the first one was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. The second, and I'm pleased to say I still have my copy, 3rd edition Call of Cthulhu. I was at Games Day 87, primarily for the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader release. And my friend Chris and I were wandering through the stalls, and I happened to catch the cover of that book on a stall and went, "Oh, what's that?" Because still being new to RPGs, I knew there were fantasy and sci-fi ones. I wasn't aware so much that there were horror ones. So that sort of grabbed my attention. I'd never heard of Lovecraft at the time. And I picked it up, flicked through it, and went, "Oh, this sounds quite interesting." And so I bought it. And I've had many, many, many years of enjoyable games and campaign running Call of Cthulhu. And I'm going to add a little add-on here, make the video even longer. This, to me, is 3rd edition COC. For me, has a good nostalgia value. And there's a couple other things in there that really make it stand out to me. I'm going to say 3 things, actually. One is the fact that unlike pretty much nearly every other major RPG, when they do a new edition of Call of Cthulhu, the system doesn't really change. And it's one of the things that always used to irritate me with Dungeons and Dragons. Past 2nd edition, every edition is different. It's the same basic concept, but you have to learn a new system. With Call of Cthulhu, you could time travel someone from 1987 to the modern day, and they would still know the system. It wouldn't have changed that much, even with the slight changes that the current version of Call of Cthulhu has had. The second thing is, what I love about that particular book is, unlike the later editions, where they gave you black silhouettes to show what the monsters were, in 3rd edition, you actually get these really cool sort of, I'm going to say pencil drawings, charcoal sort of style, graphite, style artwork, and actually see what the things look like. And I don't know, that sparked my imagination more than just having a weird quote from Lovecraft and a silhouette. The last thing, and I don't know whether I've ever mentioned this in one of these vids, that really makes this edition stand out is a little story. When I was very, very ill, we're talking 4 or 5, I had a nightmare. I had a really bizarre nightmare that was in black and yellow. You remember those sort of things you used to do at school where you'd colour in a bit of white paper, then you'd go over it in like a wax crayon and then scrape off lines and the colour would come through. If you imagine that, but underneath it was just yellow, this is sort of like, if that makes sense, how this dream played out. Everything was black, but the lines of everything in it was yellow. And in this dream, there's like 3 or 4 people in an old styly car, and they get stuck in the woods. The car breaks down, and there's this creepy old house, and they go into the house, and somebody finds a piano, and they sit down and play the piano, and then those little skylights that go up to the attic, not the American style ones with the ladders, but just like you lift the board up and there you are in the attic. One of those opens up above them, this hand comes down with this eyeball in the middle of it, and I woke up absolutely terrified. However, that was when I was about 4 or 5. Come 1987, and I'm, 15? There is a piece of artwork in there, full page, black and white artwork, of the same car outside the same house in a forest. And instantly I was like, And it's amazing. It is exactly what I dreamt. So I have a lot of nostalgia, fond memories of third edition because that really stood in my mind. Anyway, enough weird stories. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Good gaming.